Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches here, and there's a cat, and there's another cat there. Um, Here with my Flosstube update number 371, I believe. Yes, 371. Today is February 1st, so it's a new month. New WIPGO projects and all that. I think I talked about them last week. I have there's Puck, two Cottage garden samplings, Year in the Woods charts, the bald eagle and the raccoon, and my new starts will be two Twin Peak Primitives charts, a Quirky Christmas, one of the Quirky Christmas charts, and the little Freebie Snow Angel. So those two I haven't picked a fabric yet. I'm thinking about a couple of them. Like I said, I think I said last week I have some fabric that I'm thinking about for the Quirky Christmas, and I'm just gonna explore some of that a little bit. So to see if I can, because there are 9 charts, I want them all to kind of match. They're little ornaments, so they're not very big, but they want stop. Sorry, my cat is causing a disaster. But I want them all to kind of match. So I want to see if I have enough fabric for all of them. They're different sizes. The charts in the Quirky Christmas series are different sizes. So I'm just going to look and see if I've got enough fabric to cover that. Now the cat's making me nervous. He's over there. Anyway, so last month I had finished the Owl Trio and the one chart from the Black Cat season series. So I still have one to go on that. But I wanted to show I did have an FFO this past week. And I didn't think to take a picture of it before I gave it away. This is for Rachel, my sister-in-law. Her birthday was the 29th. The cats were just fighting. But so I think you should be able to see this. There. I showed the little kind of cutting board shape that I bought at Walmart that says for decor uses only. So I painted it that spring green color that I showed, and I had those little canvas 5x7 canvas squares, that a thin canvas thing that you can paint on, that I used as a backing board for this because I didn't have the wherewithal to cut mat board or anything like that. So I just used this little painting canvas thing, and then so I glued it on there, and then I used, like, I don't know if you can see the edge here, I used some black yarn just to edge it, because to help, kind of cover up where the fabric was glued onto that board. And then my sister made a little hanging loop. She kind of hand crochet. I don't know how she looped the thread together to make it like three ply strong, because of the weight of the thing, because it was kind of inexpensive yarn that she thought if we just did 1 or 2 length that it might stretch a little bit, so she made it a little bit thicker. But anyway, so that's how I finished that. And so that was an FFO of the chart. I finished it earlier, a few weeks ago, at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of January. So then I had the other 2 new starts. The my favorite, our favorite elf by Teresa Kogut. That's this one here. It was a Jingle Ball freebie exclusive thing or whatever. So that's the chart. And last time I had worked on it a little bit, and I just had a few stitches to go on the wreath. But this, just a few days ago, I had some extra time. I wanted to be able to put the trim at the bottom of his robe and his boots. So I started doing some of this lighter red color. I had already done the darker red that is like kind of the shadows. But I started with some of this lighter red color, and I did his sleeve on this side, and then this is his side, like that shows on the side of his robe, coat, whatever. But then I went down and did this so that I could have the bottom, to do the trim there. And so whenever I pick it up again next year or whatever, I'll just have to, go back and forth and fill it in that, because it's all it's missing is more of the red, his big red coat. All the little details of his belt and his buckle and all that stuff, his buttons, and now his shoes, it's all done. So it's just the red back and forth to fill in thing. So he's almost done. So like I said, probably whenever I pick it up next year or whatever, I'll be able to finish it in no time. That is not for cats, please, sir. So anyway, there's that. So I did my, my new start. It didn't have a specific goal, so as far as I got was as far as I got, and that's fulfills the WIPGO goal for that. Excuse me, sir. Okay. And then my other new start for January was the Lindy Stitches chart, Dust of Snow. And as I said before, this chart was done, she did in, this is, the crow is Belle Soie silk, and everything else is needlepoint silks. But she had a DMC conversion, and I think I talked last week about how I was working on the conversion, and some of the numbers that didn't look like the chart here, like these little pink things on these, I don't know what they are, blossoms, hemlock blossoms, I don't know, whatever they are. The DMC conversion, the other color here, this pink color, was actually like a light brown. So yeah, so I just I actually went on the Drawn Thread website and used some of their conversion numbers and picked this. They had a pinker color there. So anyway, I did the crow. Oops, that's the other side. Unfolded it wrong. So I finished the crow all the way down to his little feet. And then I did the beginnings of the quote there, just to finish off the thread that I had, the black thread that I have. So, I don't have the branch that he's standing on or anything else, but I did get that far. And I went up to the wire Friday night till it was just midnight. Till I could start on the February thing. So anyway, I finished that. I wanted to finish that crow, so he's all done. So there's still, plenty to do. The border and, the branch that he's standing on, and more hemlock blossoms, and then there's a bunch of those, snow figures and trees and things like that. So there's still a lot to go. But I think doing that big crow gave me some, major headway in that. So that's all done. And it's just the words, and the words actually went pretty fast. I don't have the word me as it finishes that line there because I got to the end of my thread. So, but so like I said, it didn't have a specific goal, but I made good progress on that. So I don't know that I'll be able to finish it, in whenever it comes up again, because there's still a lot to go on there. But it's I made some good significant progress. So the first thing I picked up for WIPGO for February, the numbers are 7 and 8. The bear, that's why I kept saying the raccoon. It's not the raccoon, it's the bear. I said the raccoon earlier today. It's not, it's the bear. The bear and the raccoon and the ferret, I think. The bear and the ferret and something else, some other animal, are all on the same thing together. And maybe it's the beaver and not the raccoon. I don't know. They're all the same. Yeah, the raccoon, the raccoon, the ferret, and the bear, I think, are all together. But it's the bear that is the chart that I need to work on. Anyway, but I'm not working on that yet. So the bald eagle is the one that I decided to work on, just because I had a thread that was left. I guess I stopped mid-stitch or something, so I had a length of thread left to do in his tail. So that's what I started with last night. And then I worked on that today when I was filming with my sisters for the Three Sister Creative video. I finished the white part of his tail. So yeah. So that was what I was working on just today. And this is where I am now. So I finished the white on his tail. And then there's a gray color that's I just started it right there, a tiny little line of gray. So this is going to be gray, I think the same gray as up here, to finish his tail feathers. And then there's a lot to do, of course, but today was just the first day of that. So I did do the cabin down here. I was like trying to find my way down to the little cabins that are started. I didn't do much on the woodpecker last time it came up, but I have it on my WIPGO board to do 7 days on it. I think last time it was just a new start. That's why I didn't get much done on it. But now it'll come up this year. I'll have 7 days on it to hopefully get more of that done. But I did the barn owl last year sometime, so it'll come up again this year. And like I said, I have 6 more days on the bald eagle, so hopefully I'll get his other wing in there and maybe fill in his wing and his body and all kinds of lovely stuff. So yeah, there's the bald eagle. So I'll have a little bit more time today to work on that, but I'm going to a symphony concert tonight, so don't knock that down, pup. So I don't know that I'll get very much more done on the bald eagle for this month. I have the other thing I did was I have a teeny little bit of haul just because for my, sorry, I'm trying to keep this crap-a-lanch from happening. So my sister-in-law's birthday was this week. That's why I did the owl trio for her. And my younger sister wanted to go by like Hobby Lobby or whatever to get some cross-stitch notions or sewing notions or whatever for her. I think I showed earlier one of my Christmas presents from my sister was that little metal toolbox kind of thing that she gave me and my sister Eve and Rachel, and she got one for herself too, but it has an elephant decal kind of thing on the top. And anyway, but so she wanted to get some notions for Rachel to go with that. So like she got her a little needle book and a pair of scissors and things like that. So she was at Hobby Lobby looking for those things, and since I was there, I bought a package of bobbins. I talked about last time how I couldn't find the bobbins, you know, that I had. I knew I had some. I couldn't find them, and I finally did find them somewhere. They were in a bag. I just like didn't have couldn't put my hands on them. But anyway, I had bought several skeins of DMC thread for my two new starts, the Quirky Christmas and no, for Dust of Snow and Our Favorite Elf. So I just went ahead and bought those threads because I, rather than looking for them in my box of shame. But so the threads that I bought for those needed to be bobbinated, and so I finally found those bobbins and used them all. But I used them all. So I just went ahead and bought another package just because that way, if it comes up again, if I'm too lazy to buy new threads. And actually, the Quirky Christmas and the Snow Angel both use DMC threads, and so I know I'm almost positive I have them, but you know that's one thing I haven't done is just sat down and I actually went through and put all the threads in my thread stash thing, listed all the threads for those projects, but I need to round up those threads and find them and put them in the. I have them both sharing a project bag. Those two, the Quirky Christmas and Snow Angel, are sharing a project bag right now just because all my stuff is in storage. But because I have like extra project bags, but they're all stored away or whatever. But what I don't have is like notions pouches or whatever for those things. But I want to at least go through and pull the threads for those. But it's a. But anyway, so I have more bobbins, and I bought two little packets of fabric there at Hobby Lobby. This is their Artiste brand. It's their house brand. So this is 46 count embroidery linen in. It says Oat Bristol is what it's called. It's kind of a neutral, beige color. It looks a little rosy, pinky to me. Just like back here it doesn't. But when I looked at it in the store, in the front part of the package, it has a little pink cast to it, but it's actually very, very much a neutral. And so I have some other packages or pieces of this fabric. This is it's 11 by 18, but it's very small. 46 count is very tiny. And like I said, I have another piece of it that I had started a chart, and I think I've shown it here before, called the Wandering Sheep chart, and I think that's the one. Yeah, it's either Wandering Sheep or Lost and Found. I get the two. I have the two of them, and I get them mixed up. I don't remember. Anyway, I had started it on that fabric, and it was very tiny, and the color that I was stitching with was very close to the color of the fabric, and it was really impossible to see. So I abandoned that and started it over on another fabric. So I have that fabric, and then I have this one that I bought, and then so anyway, I haven't auditioned fabrics yet for the two new starts to see what'll work best on it. The Quirky Christmas, I have a couple of packages. I talked about this last time, that I have a couple of packages of, I think it's a linen, but it's kind of like a natural color. It's a little bit darker than that, and a little bit darker than this. This is 18 count Rustico Ada. So it's very much a natural kind of color. Has some little flecks in it, you know. And this is 18 count Ada, so it's probably a little stiffer, you know, than yeah, it's a little bit on the rough side. But it's 18 count, which is, you know, it's pretty small. The only problem I have is that with the Snow Angel, it's a lot of white. It's almost entirely white. There's, you know, like little stars and things around it, and there's a cardinal and this and that. But for the most part, it's lots and lots of white. So whatever fabric I use for it has to be dark enough that the white will really pop and show up, so that, you know, nothing gets kind of lost. So this is a little bit, probably a little bit lighter than I would like to go, but like I said, I bought these two fabrics because I thought at some point they'll come in handy, and if nothing else, maybe I can dye them if I don't have something appropriate, and I think I probably do. I just have to do thread counts and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I have a list of actually let me grab it here, of all my new starts, and I went through and wrote out the stitch count for all of these charts, and then plugged them into the cross stitch calculator, and wrote down what size fabric, you know, it would need for depending on what size. I just chose 28 count because that's usually what I stitch with. But so the Snow Angel, I would need a 9 by 9.5 piece, and the Quirky Christmas, I don't know if I wrote down that chart because I don't know. Let me see. Actually, let me see. Yeah. So the Quirky Christmas, I'm going to start with the one called Nicolas. It's a little Santa Claus thing, and so it's 58 by 70 is the size. So it's not very big. And like I said, I'm going to look and see the fabric that I have. I think is like probably the size is 11 by 18 or 11 by 15 or something like that. And I think I have, like I said, it's that natural color. So I think I might have enough to do all 9 of them on that same color of fabric. We'll see. But yeah, so that's what my plan is for that. I just have to sit down and do that. But I have time. If I spend basically a week doing the bald eagle and another week doing the bear, then that leaves me the better part of 2 weeks. Not quite 2 weeks because February only has 28 days. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, because it's 7 and 7. So anyway, to work on those other 2 charts. And Nicolas is not very big. It's like, yeah, like I said, 50 something by 50 something, I think. But there's a lot of thread colors in there. 58 by 70, yeah. And Snow Angel is, I had it in my hand, in my eyes just a second ago. Snow Angel is 75 by 72. So neither of them is very big. So you know, if I have the threads and the fabric in place ahead of time, I may be able to just, you know, I'm not going to say whip them out right away, but, you know, I may be able to make significant headway on them in the time left for the month. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so for now, I'm sort of concentrating on the bald eagle, and but I gives me some leeway to some free time to look at fabrics and threads for the two new starts, because I have all the threads basically for the Cottage Garden Samplings charts, and if not, I can lay my hands on them pretty quickly. The bald eagle, I think I've got all the threads handy, so that should I should be able to do that pretty quickly. Anyway, so that's where I stand now at the beginning of the month. I've just started my first of the two WIPGO charts, and I think that is it. Like I said, I'm going to a concert tonight, so I have to get ready for that pretty soon. What time is it? Yeah, in about an hour. So I think that's all I have for this week. And so, oh, and you can see behind me, I don't know if you can really tell because it's a very subtle difference, but my room is painted now. It's this nice little sort of light gray color. I think the official color name is porpoise. But in a couple places in the house, we have a darker gray color, but for the most part, everything is this lighter gray, and then all the like the cabinetry and the baseboards and things like that, and the trim is all very very much a white color, and so especially in the kitchen, it really brightens up the room. The cabinets were kind of like a regular, I guess, like an oak color, and ordinarily I don't necessarily advocate for painting wood like that, but they were we did paint them, and they're white, and it makes the kitchen just a lot brighter with the light and everything like that in there. And so, you know, before the house was like beige and brown and more brown, and very, you know, and so with the white light gray color, it just is it's much brighter, much lighter colored. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be nice to make a difference to whoever wants. Hopefully someone will want to buy this house. Anyway, so my room is now painted, and yeah. So that was, yeah, I think it was the beginning of this week, like Monday-ish. Oh, and the other thing, I'm okay, but like I fell, I guess it was Tuesday night, Monday night. Yeah. Because Monday I was in the other room that we have while this room was being painted, and so me and the cats were in the other room, and I was that night I was doing something, and I was kind of backing out of the room, trying, you know, the cats were in there, and I didn't want Snug to run out. And so I was backing out, and he was kind of running for the door, and I tried to close the door in a hurry, and he kind of stuck his head out, and I didn't want to squish him in the door. So I was, you know, trying to shoo him back in the room. And so as I was doing that and shutting the door and backing up, I caught my foot. Fortunately, I was wearing shoes, because if I had caught my bare foot, that door would have hurt a lot. Would have probably cut my, you know, scraped my foot or something. But anyway, my foot was in the shoe, but I caught my foot in the door, I guess, and And also there's like a little strip. The bedroom has, in that bedroom has like a wooden floor, and then the floor outside the room is tile, and so there's a little strip, what do you call it, like weather strip, whatever that thing, little threshold strip there, and I think it was between that and my foot and the cat and the whatever, trying to shut the door quickly. Like I said, I caught my shoe in the door a little bit, and then I fell on the tile, on the really hard tile. And I was like sitting there like stunned for a minute going, okay, did I break anything? No, it doesn't seem like I can move around pretty well. I'm not, I'm not in horrible pain or anything. I did, but I hit my hip, which is unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending how you look at it, it's very well padded. But I landed on my hip and on my elbow and on my hand. Those are the like sort of contact painful points, that I noticed right away. But I was just kind of like sitting there for a second, and then trying to get up. It's a little hard for me to get up because of since I had the stroke and everything else. It's a little hard for me to get up off the floor. But so I was home alone, so I'm like, I tried to stand up, and there's nothing to really hold on to in that little area right in front of the door of that room. And so, and especially on the hard tile, my knees, were, it was hard on my knees to kneel on that hard tile. And so just kind of around the corner from where I was sitting on the floor, is one of the couches in the living room. We have a couch and a love seat in there in the family room. And I thought, well, I'll just scoot myself over there and use the couch to help me stand up. And right around that time, my older sister was coming home with dinner. She'd gone to get takeout for dinner or whatever. So so she we were talking about bringing the chairs. They just brought a chair over and helped, and so I was able to. She held the chair so it wouldn't scoot, and I was able to pull myself up on with the chair. So I was a little sore. My back hurt a little bit from sort of the wrenching of falling down and everything else. But and the next day I think I was a little sore, a little stiff. Plus that day, that Tuesday, I was moving back into my room, so I was putting all the stuff in there, sweeping the floor, this and that, and the other. And in the room I was in, I was sweeping the floor because of the cats and everything, and their litter box and everything. But so yeah, so I just took it easy that Tuesday night. I was supposed to go to rehearsal, and I just like, I can't. I'm too exhausted. My back still hurts a lot from the fall and everything else. So I just did go Tuesday night, and I was able to sort of rest Tuesday night, and then by Wednesday or Thursday I felt fine, I guess. My back sometimes is a little bit, still it's a little creaky, but for the most part I'm okay. But it was very very as I've often said before, adults should not fall down. Kids, little kids, especially toddlers, or kids with diapers and all that, they fall down. They've got the diaper padding. They're very close to the ground. It's traumatizing for them to fall down or whatever. But it's kind of like when they're first learning to walk. They're very used to they get up and they fall down. They get up and they fall down. Adults, once you get be a certain age, when you're a kid, like a school age kid, falling down, it can be hard. You skin your knee or whatever. But again, you're close to the ground. When you get to be an adult, you're not close to the ground anymore, and you're more prone to breaking things or whatever. So yeah, I've never broken a bone as far as I know. But yeah, I'm 60. What am I? 64 now, and so yeah, I don't want to be taking any chances or whatever. but I'm okay. It's just that, every once in a while they have you do those assessments at the doctor's office to say, have you fallen in the last year or something? And I'm like, yes, I guess I have. But not because I have, like any kind of cognitive issues, but just, I had a mishap. But anyway, I'm okay. So that was my big, traumatic event this past week. I fell down. Yeah. But like I said, I'm okay. And so everything's back to normal, I guess, now at this point. So I will see you all next. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. See you all next week. And hopefully I will have made very good progress on the bald eagle. And like I said, I have a week to do it. And maybe I will have gotten started on either one of my new starts or the other cottage garden samplings chart. I will, let's see, today 7 days would be next Friday, so probably next time I see you I will have started on another chart. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see how things go. But so I will see you next time. And until then, thanks for watching. Bye.